That's right, Ewan. I'm joined by Daleen Totten, who's the editor of Natural Medicine, to exactly explain that to us, the difference between homeopathic medicines and natural medicines, and exactly what the mystery is behind that. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Very good to have you here. Now let's talk first about, because we always speak about supplements when it comes to medicines. What is a supplement? What's defined as a supplement?
Supplements your vitamin and your mineral, and unfortunately the role of supplements has been underrated by medical professionals, and that's surprising in their training specifically, because optimum health is dependent on a consistent supply of nutrition to all the cells in the body. Magnesium, for example, has a role to play in the reaction of about 300 different enzymes in the body. So you can use supplements for everyday use, optimum nutrition, your vitamin, your mineral with your essential fatty acids, or you can look at a supplement as a therapeutic use for a specific condition. For example, if you feel tired, you may have anemia, and you get your iron levels tested, and then you use an iron supplement for a 3-month period with vitamin C for maximum absorption. So that's how supplements are used.
I guess to a large extent it's because people have always gotten used to the fact that, or it's the myth that if you eat enough or you eat well enough, then you don't really need supplements, isn't it?
Well, yes, that's unfortunately not true. If you look at vitamin D, for example, you can only get vitamin D from sunlight. You cannot supplement, your body cannot make its own vitamin D. So we work in an office most of the time, and when we do go out in the sunlight, we put sunscreen on. So then you can find yourself maybe forgetful, slurring speech and so forth, then you might be deficient in vitamin D.
Oh my goodness, but the sunscreen thing, so when you put sunscreen on, does it necessarily block out or prevent your body's ability to produce vitamin D?
Yes, correct.
Is that because it forms a layer on your skin?
That's right, yes. It reflects the sun off.
But I mean, surely you do need some sunscreen to protect you from the harsh UV rays.
Yes, but you don't want to keep putting sunscreen on and avoiding the benefits of sunlight.
Oh, okay. So what's the best way of getting it then? Do you put on a low PF, what do they call it, this sun protection factor, SPF?
Yes.
Do you put on a low SPF sunscreen on so that you are protected, but then you still get the absorption?
Try and get 20 minutes of sunlight after 3 or before 10 in the morning without sunscreen.
Ah, after 3, there we go. But now, a thing that I've always wondered about is homeopathy. I've never really understood what that is all about.
Homeopathy is a system of medicine. It's a vibrational medicine. So it works on the energetic body in minuscule amounts of the actual remedy. Is administered through little pills or a tincture, but the most common is those little white pills that you take. And it works on a principle of like, street, like. So, for example, let's use a common morning coffee as an example.
Okay.
If you're patient and present to a homeopath and you've got sleeplessness and you're agitated and you're trembling and so on, you present the same as a patient would with having had 5 cups of coffee. So you might get treated with a remedy, a coffee remedy, which is minuscule amounts of coffee, potentized.
And then, so, wow, it's still a kind of a mystery to me. It's all a world out there that I've never really touched on before. But so what other kinds of illnesses or ailments can be treated with homeopathy?
Well, specifically pregnant women or young children that are worried about the side effects of drugs will use a safer medicine, which is homeopathy. It's just like a medicine that you take, but it's a safer, non-toxic form of medication.
And speaking of non-toxic, is it then used in combination with herbal medicine?
You can, but it's very different to herbal medicine.
Tell me about that.
Herbal medicine is extraction of different parts of a plant, whether it's the leaves or the roots or the stem or a combination of different herbs, which is called a herbal complex. And that could be used, for example, ephedra is a drug that's extracted in asthma medication, but the raw herb ephedra is used in Chinese medicine, herbal medicine, for the treatment of asthma.
Yeah. And flower essence also has something to do with it. I know that they use that in herbal medicine.
No.
They don't?
Flower essence is very different to herbal medicine.
Okay. I was assuming because it's a herb, it's a plant.
Herbal medicine is a crushed up plant, used extracted chemically.
Okay.
Where flower essence is a much more sacred form of making the medicine. The flowers are picked and they're put in water, distilled clean water in a glass bowl under sunlight for hours. And then the vibration of the flower is transferred to the water.
Wow, the vibration.
So, yes, and water has a phenomenal ability to retain memory. So it retains the memory of the vibration of the flower.
I've heard of that before, the water memory retention somewhere around there. But wow, this is very, very fascinating. I think we do need to get you back so we can kind of talk a bit more about this, yes?
I'd love to, yes.
Thank you very much for joining us. Really appreciate that. For more information, do go onto our website, expressoshow.com. But I know that Ewan is standing by right now to tell us something about Little Red Riding Hood, yes?